So, um, I'm having to be a bit quiet. I turned this loud sound thing off so that you can hear me from all the way over there. But both my parents are currently in their bedroom. Wow, that's kind of good because it means I won't have to risk one of them listening in if they start walking upstairs. But it also means they're like a room over for me. So I do gotta make sure I'm not too loud when I explain all of this. But I've been thinking a lot about running away. I keep telling myself, I'm not gonna run away. I'm not gonna be a runaway. I'm not gonna do it. I I just don't think it's a good thing to do. It's never a good thing to do, obviously. But that doesn't mean it's always the wrong thing to do, like always the right or wrong thing. It's kind of mixed all the time. I just want to say, like, in simple, what exactly is going on here that really makes me think about this stuff all the time. Whenever I explain my parents to people, they'll always hate them. And, like, and they'll have good reason for it. I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense. But, like, it's weird for me because I don't like my father, and when I say that to my friends, and then I'll explain why, but I don't know why I don't like him, because to me it feels weird, but to them it makes a lot of sense because of what I say. What the way I describe my home life is not exactly my home life. It's just big takeaways of it, but not what is happening absolutely all the time. I'll describe my father. He's neglectful. He's been alcoholic for as long as I remember. They People will say they hate him after I describe that he sees people as tools. Tries to get me to do field work for him sometimes, like hours on end. That's like how I spend the rest of the day, and I'm just kind of stuck there with no regard for what I was already gonna do or anything, and I'm just kind of stuck there toiling in the fields for him while he does nothing. It doesn't happen very often. Surprisingly, it hasn't happened this summer. It can happen in any time, but it mostly happens like in summers. He hasn't done that this whole summer, surprisingly. In fact, my pile that I have to keep working on, it's actually completely covered up right now by other things. He also got a new rake. I don't like it. My old one was better, but it's broken. But like him, like mentally abusing my mother, that's not something that really affects me directly. It's just something I hear, and more reason for me to not like him. My mother always ends up with 100 to 200 by like the end of the week. That's how much she makes by the end of a week, because like spending other things throughout the week, bills, gas, other things, whatever else happens. She gets stuck with just that much. It's not a lot. I've come to figure that out. But she gets paid like 150 a day by my father for the business they do. He gets paid not in the same way because it's his business. All the money that's made goes to him, and then he uses that to do other things. Give a certain amount to my mother and my brother. My brother also works there. He gets 20 a day. He gets $20 a day, and my mother gets 150. So she's paid the same each day, no matter how much she works. But he isn't. So he likes to do many jobs, a bunch of jobs in a day, as many as he can do, so that he can get paid a lot. My mother doesn't like doing that because it doesn't change her pay, so she prefers the easy ones and gets paid, 150 is a lot if you get a simple job. But I never. But like the reason why I get confused why I don't like my father, despite like no one else liking him. I don't have much of a relationship with him. He doesn't really do things much with me, so that's what confuses me. And so I don't really. So it's like, what am I hating exactly? That's what I always feel. What do I hate about him exactly if I don't talk to him that much? But like, whenever I do talk to him, like, it's always him starting the conversation. It annoys me so much. I really hate it. Whenever he talks to me, it feels like he's trying to convince me he's a good parent all the time. It feels like that's what he's been doing since the very beginning. And I really don't like that. It's getting quieter in here now. But like, I really don't like how that's always what he's focused on every single time. And I really hate it. And he'll get upset when I don't cooperate with a conversation like that. But like, what am I supposed to do? I don't like that stuff. Why does my voice feel strained now? I don't know. It was feeling weird from the very start of this recording. I don't know, water bottle. But then there's my mother. I tell these things, and it's like, why don't I run away? My mother, I feel like parents have too much of an innate sense of ownership over their children. They view them more as property. Which, like, I don't understand that. I don't understand how you could possibly think that of a human being. If I had a child in the future, like, of course there's gonna be some things I'm just like, you can't do that. That's not good. If it's, like, irresponsible for them to do that thing. Like, climb on the roof. Imagine sitting on the roof. That would be so nice. It would look so good. But if I saw my kid doing that, I'd probably be freaked out and say like, "Hey, don't do that. It seems unsafe." But you can't like control their whole life. You can't think of them as property. You can't just like morph what they do into whatever you want. It doesn't seem right. And I don't understand people who yell at their kids at all. I know kids need some sort of discipline sometimes, but I don't have the heart to yell at a child. The only discipline I can do is like they sit in the corner or I take something away from them for like a day or a week. That's the only thing I could possibly do. I can't yell at them, I can't hit them. I would not be able to do that. Because like they're just a child, and then after a while they're not a child, in which case that's just a person. They're too mature for you to be having to do any of that old stuff to them. But my mother always tries to morph things into her own opinion. I'll say I don't like something, she says that it's not true and I do like something. Just because she likes it, and she thinks I have to be the exact same as her. That ceiling fan, I really like the ceiling fan. It took me a week to convince her to get this. It was supposed to be a 1 day trip sort of thing. We looked at ceiling fans to get new ones, even though the old ones were fine. I really liked this one. It had a good light, because my other lights weren't very good. It was multiple bulbs, very small. Only one or two of them were working. So if I just have this big one, which I think just has like one bulb in it, that works really great. It would really fix the lighting in this room. And the leaves are fun. I like it. She said it was too clunky, too much space. The light looked ugly, the leaves were ugly, and it took a week of arguing before she would finally let me have it. Which is a weird thing to argue about. It's my room. She hardly goes in here. She doesn't know what's in here, honestly. Like, it took her so long to realize I have my amp right here. She didn't know where it was for like a long time after she got it for me. I have things just like hanging in my room, because why not? Look at those little stars dangling from the shoelace I put up there from old shoes. Took her a long time to realize I was there. She doesn't know what's in here. And she doesn't need to. my my mother will sometimes uh make fun of me every once in a while. It seems like you'd think just something small like that, it's just a joke, but it gets to the point where it really hurts sometimes. She doesn't make threats to me anymore, but she used to, and she used to hit me. Not very often though, and that's the thing. But if I ever describe something like this, it doesn't matter what I say. I just say, "Oh, she used to hit me." It's just not very often though. A lot of people are gonna be like, that's not good, but they're not gonna think much more than that because it's still a common thing to hear. That's what happens with a lot of people. The moment I say that one time I was strangled, and I very vividly remember that, and to this day she says that that never happened, and she's never hit me before. Yeah, you start to realize, yes, that there's bad stuff going on over there. But here's the thing: no matter what I describe, and all the stuff that I really should run away for, she's the one I talk to the most in this house. She gets so easily pissed off. Uh, her mood can switch so much, and she's a uh, generally angry person by nature. But she's still sometimes good, and that's what gets stuck in my mind. She's my mother, and I genuinely have conversations with her sometimes. She's genuinely nice sometimes. She's the one that's paid for everything that I have. My father would not give a cent. I don't know how much that guy makes. I have no clue. But it's probably a lot. Honestly. He wouldn't give a thing. But my mother pays for everything that I have. All of this stuff in here, her responsibility. Or her. She's the reason for it. She's the one that feeds me. She's given me gifts. I don't really like getting gifts, but it's the fact that she thinks to do it. And a lot of these are meaningful. She got a bass as a birthday gift, very close to when she found out I wanted to do bass. She's thinking about this stuff, and that's the kind of thing that really gets me, because she's horrible, and I will so quickly talk about this stuff right after having a meaningful conversation with my mother. It's because you just get stuck to wanting to be with people that you connect with, that's the most able to provide for you, even if that's not the best person. Even my dog, my poor little dog. He barks at my father all the time because my father will mess with him all the time. So my dog has never trusted my father since the very beginning. I don't know what my earliest memory with my dog is. Obviously, I was really young. We're what, 4 years apart? I don't remember. Something yeah, 4 years apart. He's 11 this year. Um, he never barks at my mother. My father, like I was saying, my father messes with him a lot, and then he will just casually bring up "Oh, this dog doesn't like me. I should put him to sleep. I want to put him to sleep." He just keeps making jokes like that. No one's laughing at that. No one likes that. Don't say that. I genuinely hate it. I keep having to argue about it. And then my mother. My dog trusts my mother way too much. He follows her all the time. He never barks. He genuinely, But so often, my mother will hit him and just, say death threats to him. It doesn't even seem like something she's telling to me when I'm in the same room and I hear this stuff. It seems like she just forgets I'm there or just doesn't think I'm listening when she will just give, a death threat to my dog all the time. I'm sure she does it when I'm not in the room sometimes. Genuinely, I don't think my dog's gonna die of old age. I think it's going to be at her hands at some point. And every year, I more and more think it's getting closer to being soon. He's so mistreated. I don't. She genuinely hates this dog. It's like I'm like the only one that's like really, really caring for him here. I'm the only one that shows that dog compassion. Hold on. Sorry, a bunch of my needles fell off my desk a long time ago, and I'm still finding them on the floor. Um, it's like, see, all this bad stuff still happens with my dog, and he still trusts her. I don't run away because I'm just waiting things out just to see if things are really going to get better or worse. But I think about it all the time. I've been thinking, what would I bring with me? Where would I go? What would I do and how would I live? I'm now thinking, like, I used to so often have the thoughts of, like, um, just freeing my dog. I've genuinely considered just sneaking him out of the house and let him run wild so he doesn't have to live here anymore with what's going on. But I don't dwell on that at all because he doesn't really like strangers, so I'm sure he'd be captured and put down after barking at enough people and scaring the public. He's just a little chihuahua. He's small, he can't do anything. If I ran away, I'd take him with me. And if he dies by my mother's hands, I'm running away the very next night. Other than that, I'd need some other reason to run. I've thought of the scenarios that would make me do it, but a lot of them don't seem very close. But I think about it a lot. But yeah, whenever I tell these stories, just know it's not like this every day, and I genuinely will go day to day, most of the day. Like every once in a while, I'll think about this stuff again, and just like not be having a good time in my head at all. Not feel good about anything, but for most of the day, just think, huh, family members, whatever, they're here. It's all normal. Everything's fine. Even with all the stuff I say on here, all that happens the very next day, I'm probably gonna be just fine. So no, if I ever see like if I tell like an especially bad story, something really bad happens, just know I may have cried myself to sleep that night, but the next morning I woke up possibly still a bit scared, went downstairs, felt normal. Every time. That's why I don't feel like running. I don't ever feel a prolonged need to, so I don't do that. I haven't done it yet. But it comes into my mind so often. But so often I will genuinely my it will genuinely change my mind all the time, like each year, like when I think my dog is going to die to my mother. It's like, oh, it's gonna happen eventually. I'm sure it will. A few years later, it's gonna happen within the next few years. This year, I'm thinking, could happen in this year or the next year. Who knows? I mean, I have a pretty good block of time I could run at. Honestly, there's a lot of ways I could do it. Honestly, I've got a few routes I could actually take. It's not that hard for me. I sneak out sometimes, just come right back. But of course, as you can see, not a full runaway. But Maybe someday. I don't know. Could happen. I just don't like being in this house. I don't like being with these people or having to be with them. I really want out. I would have to leave a lot of stuff behind though. You hear that? What creature is that that's making that noise outside? I can't tell.